You know what I want to talk about? Somehow
that?
First Offense has reminded me of White Boy and then swatting. Did you see Kutra got swatted? Did anyone follow that?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't know Kutra very well. I don't know Kutra at all. But by all reports, he's a really nice guy. And
hmm
uh,
I
the
played Call of Duty with him years and years ago. And he
did you?
probably doesn't even remember. Yeah.
And so I watched the video a couple of times. Basically, he's live streaming, and he can hear the police like clearing the other rooms. And I think off camera in other rooms, they were like telling other people to get down and stuff, like hands behind your back. And he's like, uh-oh,
We're getting swatted.
yeah. He's like, they're here, they're clearing rooms, and I think that's what he said. They're clearing rooms, and then the police
Yeah.
come into his room, and they were a little too aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he put his boot on his head.
Yeah,
What?
right.
Yeah, he's got his boot on his head and AR-15s pointed at him, and you can see like one of the officers is like, "Dude, he goes, don't you move, boy!" And he's like got a gun pointed at him and a boot on his head, and the other officer's like, "Whoa, Dave!" and like lifts Dave's foot like off of Kutra's head. They were being ridiculous.
Yes, yeah,
Cocksuckers.
dude. These
He's clearly a kid. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
he's
how
not
old
that
Kutra
young. He's
is,
in
but
his
he looks-
20s,
he's
right?
he's a young guy. He's like
But
20.
he
Like
age
he's
aside,
wearing
20-year-old
jeans
is
and a t-shirt, and they're tight enough that you can tell he's not armed. He's clearly playing a goddamn video game,
Right.
like sitting at a keyboard. Like he's not up to. This isn't a mastermind behind anything. This isn't a terrorist. This isn't anybody with a bomb or a weapon. He's playing video games, and they should have immediately been like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Looks like we got a video game console here and a young nerdy guy. Hang on, we may have made a mistake." Instead, they like continue with procedure and like boots to the head and
Yeah, it's
guns
frustrating
to the
me.
head.
At this point, our militarized police are still completely incompetent at exercising any kind of judgment in a situation like this. And
Yeah.
at this stage, like, all right, back when like I was first getting swatted, swatting wasn't like a widely known thing. Like it had happened to a couple real celebrities like Ashton Kutcher and stuff. But I can get how not every SWAT team in every little town understood what was going on. It's 2014 at this point. Everyone's been swatted. I'm bored of the topic by now. And these police still have no idea that there's pranks being played on them. They see a guy live streaming a video game or some sort of minor league, Z-list celeb or something, and they're like, they have just no concept that they're being used as a hoax. And what's happened is they've militarized all the police. Right? Now they're not police departments anymore. They're tiny little armies. And then, inadvertently, they've militarized the internet trolls. So now internet trolls literally can send like 6 to 12 armed soldiers anywhere they fucking want. And these stupid soldiers have no clue that they are pawns in a 16-year-old pimply-faced little UK kid's game. And there's these grown men playing dress up with their M16s or AR-15s and full bulletproof vest and jack boots with steel toes and whatever bullshit they have, knives on their fucking bandolier vests, and they're playing
All necessary.
because Kutra's fucking dangerous. And yeah,
Have you seen Kutra?
He was
looks
playing
like
Counter
Overeem.
Strike, dude. He was playing Counter
the
Strike.
terrorists won.
That was funny.
Yeah.
The computer keeps going. The terrorists won. The
Did
terrorists
it say that?
Yeah,
Yes.
right. But it frustrates me that our little police, our local militaries is what they are now, are incapable of exercising judgment in so many of these scenarios. Now to my police's credit, like, they cased my house for an hour and a half the first time I got swatted and kind of figured out that it was a hoax before they, rammed down the door and cleared rooms and stuff like that. So what happened was they were hiding in my yard. People know this. And someone in my family got up, went to the bathroom, and went back to bed. And they said that it was a hostage situation where I'd killed some of them and the rest were hiding and stuff. And they're like, that's just inconsistent. And like getting up, going and going back to sleep isn't consistent with hostage behavior is what they said. So
If these were the cops at Kutra's, they would have been like, "Look, you didn't get one of them." Then busted in.
we have to get in there and save the last one.
You're safe now, little girl.
But too often these SWAT teams, like if I'm on a SWAT team at this point, I understand that I might be a pawn in some pimply faced little kid's game.
Here's the thing. SWAT teams don't get called out that often. Most of these guys have never been called out, I would think.
Yeah.
Or if they do, it's really rare. They're not like the police that get a call every night. It's rare, right? So when you get a crazy call like that, like there's people getting executed at in a residential area, think twice.
Right.
It's probably a prank.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you know, do your job. But when you get there and everybody's really shocked to see you, maybe, you know, take a breath and go, is it possible this is a prank? Oh, really? All right, then. I'm not going to beat you all to death then. All right. let me
It's
put my gun
rare,
away.
given that like each individual SWAT team maybe hasn't seen it, but it's common enough that I feel like it's in the news all the time. If I see CBS cover a story like this, it's the third or fourth time they've ran this exact same story. You know, and if you're in the job of being a fucking wannabe military dress-up police SWAT team person, then you need to be aware that this is a common thing and just view it with skepticism when when someone calls with one of these extreme, outlandish scenarios. And I get the whole treat everything, you know, like you can't just dismiss it or disregard it before it starts. But on the other hand, walk in there with a little bit of skepticism. You know, exercise some judgment along the way because they're going nuts.
You walk in and see all that scene panning out of him playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been one person like, wait, this could be a ruse.
Yeah.
And then this could be an elaborate prankster. Or not really elaborate.
Not really elaborate.
No, they
No,
searched
it's
him
very
and sat him down, and like these people don't understand. I saw another one today, and the guy's trying to explain it to the cop, and it seems like someone donated to him on his stream, and so it shows their username when they donate, and their username was F the police
That's an
or
older
F the
one.
cops or something like that.
Yeah.
So he donates $1, and it says F the cops, and the cop's like, what's this?
That was an interesting one because
Who is Cops Are Fags 69? Are you friends with him?
He asked that question. The guy's like, I don't know. He's like, you know.
That frustrated me. So I know this one well. First of all, it took the cops a long time to figure out that the streamer didn't call the cops there as a prank on himself. And again, if you're on a SWAT team, my expectation is that you're aware of this prank. You know, you can't be that stupid that you think everything's real and you don't know that you're commonly used as a pawn in these online hoaxes. Got to be smarter. But I was headed somewhere with this. It took him a while to figure out that the streamer wasn't running the prank on himself. But later in that video, the guy who was running the prank, he was live streaming himself running the prank. So people linked it in the chat on his live stream, and they're there watching themselves get pranked. And I thought that
Why
was
would
interesting.
you live stream that you called the police for a fake report?
If I remember it right, that
He
guy
was
was
an
in
idiot.
England, and I think he felt untouchable by some local police department in the U.S.
That's probably
I think
true.
we should conquer England. Take it back. Show those redcoats what's what.